everyone! Time for the best K-pop groups I've ever worked with. And to start it off, I'm gonna start with my favorite, and that is EXO. I know you guys think I'm probably very biased, but I literally have nothing bad to say about them. They've always been so much fun. Okay. I have heard a few instances where people have interacted with them on their less nice days, but it wasn't me. I worked with them for so long. I worked exclusively for them for a while too. And I also want to clarify. So I know I said I started off with, in one of my videos, I said like Company Z and we were assisting SM. Through that, I got a lot of different job opportunities as well. So I was not with this Company Z for the entire 7 years I was in K-pop. That's just where I started. So I want to make that clear. So anyway, EXO, extremely nice guys. They always like showered me with gifts and like always tried to keep things fun for me. If I share a few stories, EXO's Chanyeol, I was kind of sitting in a dressing room once and I was really cold. It was a hot summer day, so I was wearing shorts with like a tank top, but I was wearing a denim shirt over, but like everything was very thin and I was very cold. And I remember I was like kind of sitting in a corner just huddled like this, shivering a little, and I was like, oh, 춥다, or like, oh, it's really cold. And then he walked over, there weren't any blankets around, but he went over and he like grabbed one of the bath towels, like the big bath towels, and he like gave it to me and he's like, oh, 이거라도 덮어요. And he's like, oh, at least put this on. So I was really grateful for that. And then that same day, I was just kind of zoning out. I was sitting on the floor. I didn't even want to sit on a chair. I was sitting on the floor and I was just kind of like zoning out like this. And then he came up to me and he was like, hey, do you want to try to compete for something? And I was like, for what? And then he's like, let's see who can keep their hand in the ice box, like the cooler with the drinks, longer. So I was like, all right. And if you don't know this about me, I'm extremely competitive. It's not that I have to win, but I just like winning. So I was like, yeah, you got it. So we like walked over and then he was like, 1, 2, 3. And we put our like one hand in each in that cooler and we're just staring at each other and like staring each other down. And then we're just waiting. But I think that's when he realized I have no thoughts of pulling my hand out. And then he looked at me and he was like, you're really competitive, huh? And I was like, yeah, I am. So then I can tell he did it to be nice. He pulled out his hand and he's like, oh, it's so cold. Oh, how did you do it? But I could tell that was him losing on purpose so that I didn't have to keep it in for so long. And then I pulled it out right after and I was like, ah! And then a manager like had towels ready for us and he gave it to me and then like wrapped it around my hand because it was very numb. We left our hands in for like maybe 20-30 seconds, well, not too long, but wrapped it around and he was like, I'm never doing this with you ever again. And then I was like, sorry. And then he just kind of walked off. So, you know, he kept things very fun even when I was like bored backstage doing nothing. And so I appreciated that. You know, the members are just very funny. And another instance was like in the car, Baekhyun of EXO. We were just driving in silence and out of nowhere, you know, like the wrestling matches where they introduce people, they're like, oh, like blah, blah, blah. They're like very hyped up. Out of nowhere, in complete silence, he just goes, Joyce, introducing Joyce, Joyce. And I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, they keep things really fun and entertaining, which I really appreciate. So love you guys. Sorry about that. I was recording and it ran out of storage, so kind of got cut off, but I'm back. And what was I talking about? Baekhyun? His little wrestling thing? Oh yeah. So like that, things like that. I've shared a few stories about the other members too. And you know, it's just, they've always been so sweet to me. And every time they see me, they're very warm. Like, hi, it's Joyce, hi. And I want to say, some of those members give the warmest hugs. And it just makes it feel very warm inside. So, those guys, love you guys. Always. And another person I had a good experience with was Crush. And this is for one thing in particular, one thing I really appreciated. After concerts or at the end of like tours or anything, we usually go to a Korean barbecue restaurant to kind of celebrate the end where everyone relaxes. And he went around, our entourage wasn't too big, but he went around to every single person who was there to personally thank everyone for the hard work they put into the concert or the tour, which I was just completely mind blown and very appreciative of that. Not a lot of people ever did that. He was actually the first person to ever do that. So I was just so grateful. You can tell he's just a kind person. And forever I hold that memory. And I've always spoken highly of him ever since. Just think he's a really cool guy. Another best is a lot of shinins, or the rookies, are always very, very fun to work with, very easy to work with. They're still very brand new, so they're very good at greeting you, appreciating you, respecting you. They're very, I don't know, they're still very like innocent, and they have no pride to them whatsoever because they're kind of now just starting. They're still kind of at the bottom. So experiences with them are always the best. Whenever there's a opportunity for me to work with the shinin, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Not that like preparing for anything becomes any easier. Well, it is easier, but at the same time, it's just like I already know that they're gonna have the best and right attitude the entire time. So working with rookies, my absolute favorite. Another person is Yuhyar. He's if you don't know, he's that guy who does Yuhyar's sketchbook where a lot of artists go to sing. He's so down to earth, so kind, especially someone of his age. He's like a middle-aged man who is also the like 대표 of his own label, and he like owns a lot of, that sounds weird to say, but like he has a lot of singers in his company. And someone of his stature, you wouldn't really expect to be so kind and approachable, but he was so approachable. He's always greeting first. I'm pretty sure I'm like half his age. He always greeted me first, even though I should be the one to do it first. But even if I'm like busy doing something, he'll come up to me like, 안녕하세요. It wouldn't even be informal language. It would be very formal, like respect. 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요. Like if we're eating something, go 드세요, or like eat this. Like, I don't know, just super nice guy. Might be the nicest singer that I'm not too familiar with ever. Love that guy. Just, I don't know, how you see him on TV, I almost think he's like worse on TV, or his character's a little meaner on TV because he jokes around more. But in person, like, he cannot hurt a fly, is all I want to say about that. And then I have two more. One, going off of UER, I have Sam Kim. Friendly dude, very outgoing, very chill, down to earth. He's, how old is he? He's 4 years younger than me, but meeting him, so like in Korean culture, technically at him being 4 years older than me, we cannot be friends. It's like I'm his nuna and he's my 동생. So he's younger than me, I'm older than him. There's a pretty big gap, not really friends, but he's Korean American, I'm Korean American, we're very Americanized. So it was almost like just a friend. And honestly, I don't have any people I consider a friend that much younger than me, but he's very mature for his age, I think, and just a very comfortable guy. Like, I didn't have to have any kind of conversation with him to already be comfortable with him, so no awkward situations or conversations. He might say otherwise because I'm not extroverted or I'm not that much of a comfortable person. I think I'm pretty awkward at times, but personally, I think he's great. Super, super easy to get to know and super easy to become friends with. So, Sam. Sam, I know COVID's going on, but come visit. I still owe you tacos. Speaking of Sam, we met up in Korea. He spent so much money on steak and he paid for me. I feel like I'm indebted to him forever for that. I don't know, like, I really owe him. Sam, anything you ever want in LA or next time we meet, I got you. I'll work hard for you. The last group I wanna talk about is... Oh, no, I have two more. I skipped one. So one is PAP. I think they disbanded. Those guys... I have a lot of affection for those guys. I'm not close to them in any way. Well, if I see them in person, especially like one member, then yeah, we'll have like conversations, we know of each other, but we're not friends or anything. But something about those members, they always gave me the feeling of me wanting to do something for them, me wanting to treat them out or have fun with them. I don't know. Some of them are my age, younger and older, but for some reason, kind of almost felt like they were like younger brothers, like how I want to take care of younger brothers. They had that kind of vibe, I think. And so a lot of it's also they're very chill, very down to earth. They don't have that celebrity attitude. And they're very aware of their privilege as an idol, and they understood that they were lucky to be in that position, considering there are so many other people who want to even be in that situation and have those opportunities. Even though this group, I feel like, could have been treated better and could have gotten more, for a group like them to still be grateful even after all that, I think they definitely make it to my best K-pop singers I've ever met. Just, they taught me how to be grateful for even the little things. So they taught me a life lesson I'll remember forever. And the last group, Monsta X. Super chill guys, kind of crazy, a lot of them are very outgoing and extroverted, and they're very caring guys. They remember, well, to be fair, I went on quite a few tours with them, but very friendly, just, it's almost like everybody in that company plus the company I was with, our company, it almost felt like a family. After quite a few tours, just felt like family. It was so easy to work with them because now it's just, I consider them family, just want to take care of them like family. And so, yeah, very good experiences with them. Very, very fun guys. Honestly, they're very free too. Like, they just roam around freely, do whatever they want. One thing about them, as members, they're very close to each other too. Like, they'll spend their free time with each other, which is kind of rare if you didn't know, because, I mean, if you consider for yourself too, you wouldn't necessarily want to spend your free time with people you're always around. Like, you need your personal space too. a lot of these guys are so close to the point where they will still spend even more time with each other, which I thought was pretty cool. And yeah, that's the end of the best Korean singers, I guess, I've ever met. Those are the experiences that really stood out. There's a lot more memories and experiences I've had with others where I did think they were very great people, but these people in particular are, I think, some of the best experiences, and they stood out the most. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I made it a little shorter. I'm trying to work on making videos shorter. And once again, I think this one might be up on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas to you guys. It's been a tough year. Good job for you for making it this far. And honestly, just lots of love. I'm sure a lot of us can't gather for the holidays, but hope you all feel loved, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye!